Всем привет, дорогие подписчики, с вами Деловым. Мы продолжаем проходить Fallout 4, и мы построили портал, который у нас сейчас...
I like the name. Sounds encouraging.
There's a man or woman, we're not sure, inside the Institute who helps synths escape to freedom. Dozens of synths owe him their lives. We don't know his name. We've never had a way to contact him, so we gave him the code name, Patriot. If your plan works, and you're able to get inside the Institute, we need you to make contact.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Tom's encrypted a message for Patriot's eyes only. Once he sees it, he'll contact you. Until you make contact, and probably after, you need to stay in their good graces. You need to infiltrate them. Can you do that? Can you be our agent on the inside?
Давай сделаем это.
Bring it on.
You can do this. I believe in you. Stand on the platform and I'll give you the holotape. Just plug it into any Institute terminal and wait for the reply. Tom, talk to me.
Так. Давайте только сейчас переоденемся, а то у меня писает этот противогаз. Так, лучше.
This frequency is only going to work once. You know who doesn't make the same mistake twice.
Если еще это, если вы не понимаете, то это саперы. Не ошибаются дважды.
Take this holotape. You need it to contact Patriot.
Oh man, don't worry. That's all part of the plan.
Tom, do whatever you can to gain their trust. Lie. Tell them what they want to hear. Make up a cover story and sell it.
Come on, I think I got it. Establishing lock on the Institute signal.
Just get all the information you can. About synths. About the Institute's plans. Find their weaknesses. If we can disable or destroy the Institute, we may have to do it. You jack that holotape into any terminal and Patriot will make contact. He has to.
Да, значит, найти надо Патриота в институте.
Find a way to save them. Nobody else can.
Now.
О, господи, мы наконец-таки переместились. Вау. Мы сделали это, друзья. Мы это сделали. Напоминает, когда мы попадали в этот к президенту в третьей части, такие же помещения. Так. Что здесь такое? А, типа сесть, ну ладно. Ну идем, наверное, прямо.
Hello.
Отец, привет.
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful.
А, старик.
I'm known as father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Давай, открывай. Сейчас мы тебе все выскажем. На! Кстати, давайте посмотрим, сколько там ачивок-то вообще. Так. Давай. Открой нам свою тайну. Значит, нам осталось 3, 4, 5. 5 месяцев всего осталось, ребят, вообще по жопе осталось да пройти-то буквально-то. А, это даже вниз спускается, наверное. Что он со мной общается? Welcome. Здорово.
years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future.
Знаете, как здесь красиво
It has
только.
never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we
Под
must
землей.
remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason.
Тебе нужен твой сын.
You
Да
are
ладно.
here for your son.
А он знает фичу. Блин, как красиво, смотрите, прорисовали. Кстати, у вас на экране как нежнее краски, чем у меня на телевизоре. Как-то странно это.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Правда ты?
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean.
Father, what's
It's
going
me.
on? What's happening?
I'm your dad. Yes, it's me. Your dad. I'm here, Sean.
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh, shh. It'll be okay, Sean. I'm here
I
now.
don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
Please, Sean. I'm your father. Talk to me. Just open the door.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me. Father? Father, help me!
Здорово.
S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli.
Что это не наш сын?
Let's try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father.
Что-то он на меня как-то похож.
Welcome to the Institute.
Что ты на меня так похож, ты сильно не мог понять.
Give me Sean. The real Sean.
Так, извиняюсь, отвлекись чуть-чуть.
Right now.
I know. I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
Just help me understand what's going on here.
I promised answers, and answers you shall have. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled
Вот такая, что на нас похож.
and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you. After all this time, it's me. I am, Sean. I am. Your son.
Офигеть.
It's really you. After all this time.
Yes. It's true. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
It wasn't right, what they did. Taking you from me like that.
To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the Institute, it made all the sense.
Значит, это наша синичка. Я думаю, что похож он как-то.
The year 2227. The Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Ну, это для экспериментов.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted.
Ну получается, да, он был как нетронутый.
Radiation affected everyone, even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above. Members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am
Вот так вот, значит.
Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Это правда ты.
Sean. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I
сколько же ему лет-то, Келлогу?
I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifestyle.
Значит, ему продлили жизнь.
He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you
Значит, типа все построили, что мы его убили.
some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Sean, she loved you so much.
I have no doubt. I'm afraid I have very little experience with those emotions, having lived my life within the Institute. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation.
Интересно, типа институт, как типа Массачусетс технический.
With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I've spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
Не знал, что, оказывается, можно...
It doesn't matter what they think. What matters is what you do.
I'm glad we see it the same way. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach.
Конечно, мы вступим.
I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. I know you've been through so much. I'm pleased to see it has not impaired your judgment. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything I'm sure you've seen above ground, you would be...
Ну, знаете, я, конечно, если так по игре отвечаю как надо, но на самом деле, если я был бы там, я, наверное, то же самое сделал. Если я так вот, да, типа, это мой сын, что же убивай его.
I'll do whatever it takes. It's worth it.
I am glad to hear that. The Institute is now your home as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in bioscience.
А сколько они все
Dr.
делись, интересно?
Yi in advanced systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Такс. Планшет, гаечный ключ. Ну, в общем, погнали, да, как говорится. А куда здесь идти? Здесь ванна какая-то. Все так стерильно, чисто. Так, ну тут даже ничего нет особенного. Вот здесь, кстати, вот это минус. Они что-то не прорисовали ничего, а они как-то расположили крайне поверхностно. Так. Погнали. А, значит, нам надо вниз. Везде вниз надо. Дерево тут такое, видите. А интересно, а где они взяли землю?
Hi, Doc.
They weren't kidding.
I don't know.
You really are
Most
here.
of them have lasted
Well, all
long
right.
past their projected
I'm
lifespans.
Allie
If you
Fillmore.
ask me,
You can think
They
of
were
me as
built
the
pretty well.
Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much. I think most people would have just given up.
Так
If you don't mind my
прикольно
asking,
прорисовано.
What was it that kept you going all that time?
Найти сына.
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might
Ну,
have
давай.
afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
Конечно.
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. It'll be a load off Sean's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in. Plenty of things you won't find topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Кто все это построил?
Who built this place originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it. I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
Блин, красивенько тут. Ну ладно, погнали дальше. Откуда, интересно, они брали все, что тут вообще есть? Откуда они брали все, что тут есть?
Excuse me, doctor.
Please don't.
So,
There's enough
here
friction
you are.
as it is between
Just an
us
ale.
and pretty much
Acting
all the
director
other
of the Synth
departments.
Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Никаких
No
проблем.
problems here.
Good to hear. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
А Ник Валентайн тогда?
If the synths want to be free, you should let them.
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping, that matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to
А
operate
значит,
on
охотники это третье
Coursers
поколение.
hunt down and reclaim
Валентайн был первое.
synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
Моего.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run.
Ну, знаете, по мне, не может робот пока еще в нашем мире и в будущем, наверное, просчитать все возможные варианты, которые придут человеку на ум.
If you're the acting head of the ESRB, who were you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position.
Ханс
He's
Циммер, блин.
supervising the retrieval of some of the more high-profile units. In his absence, I keep things running smoothly.
Угу.
Like any machine, a synth can malfunction.
Знаете, что я не могу понять? Надо сыворотку взять будет. Надо будет взять сывороточку. Надо только будет понять, где ее взять. Отдел должен быть отдел высших систем. Дженет. Дженет. Натан Дрейк, блин. Мэдисон Ли.
Ah, it's you.
Доктор
You're
Ли.
here then. Yes, yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Don't worry. I promise I won't get in your way.
Thank you, I do appreciate that. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the child synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
Так, прекрасно. Блин, тут так технологично прям. Шик-модерн. Знаете, что только одно не могу понять? Где у них школы, институты, все дела, которые вот это все образуют, и кого они образуют? О, биосайенс. Биосайенс, сыворотку надо взять. Бионаук. Сыворотка. Нам нужна сыворотка. Верджил. Надо помочь ему встать обратно. Хороший. Так, что у нас там дальше идет? Коробка с боеприпасами. Маленькая тарелка. Что же там дальше идет? О, господи, ну хватит ломаться. Увидите, вот этот миллиметраж, это такая херня на самом деле. Этот миллиметраж. Стимулятор. Диктофон. Ну, наверное, аппликатор. Мощный микроскоп. Так, наверное, мы все-таки немножко не туда зашли. Хотя все-таки интересно тоже было пройти.
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results.
He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side. I wonder how the war is doing.
Так. Сыворотка. Мне нужна гребаная сыворотка. Крышка. Крышка ядерной батареи. Стимулятор. Что за аппликатор? Патроны. Чё они где патроны хранят? Это, походу, старое оборудование. Видите, что, наверное, хоть довоенное. Такое, не белое. А если оборудование не белое, значит, оно старое. Логика, да? Понятно. Прохавали логику. А что за сыворотки-то? Где сыворотка-то? Ну, вообще, наверное, как-то там, да, хотя бы, знаете, так, аллилуйя, аллилуйя. Как-то вот так вот должно, наверное, отобразиться. Ух ты, прям с первого раза. Мы уже куда-то залезли в такое какое-то опасное место. Старый сим какой-то. Кстати, один раз было, что даже крутить не пришлось. Ну, сейчас давай. Миллиметраж.
That's it.
Телефон. Письменный стол, планшет. Нет. Если есть в кармане пачка сигарет. Как будто есть ощущение, как будто он прям...
Hostile in the zone. Scanners clear.
Такс. Large. Надеюсь, это никак ни на что не повлияет.
That's it.
Ну, вообще, я хотел, типа, открыть дверь эту. Ну, ладно, типа, изломал и открыл. Ух ты, ё! Чё ты такой дерзкий, блин? Чё такой... Чё он такой, блин, больной ублюдок? Больной ублюдок, блин. Что же вы здесь все скрываете? Мне просто интересно. Где же эта сыворотка-то может храниться? Ладно, пойдем пока тогда обратно. Как-нибудь потом в следующий раз все это изучим. Потому что так вот насколько мы это не сделаешь. А надо бы. Ну, в смысле, надо было бы это изучить. Так. Все, погнали. К последнему доктору. Вступим, так сказать, в ряды, наверное, института. Где же нас? Но здесь прям огромное крыло, которое надо проверять. И почему же... Почему? Нас вообще туда запустило. Как говорится. Ну, то, что эта сыворотка где-то в той темной комнате, это точно.
Director Holdren seems very taken with you.
Humanity's future is taking root right here.
No.
Doctor, welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
А как мясо все равно не съешь?
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is. But I have to ask, have you
Можно попробовать.
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. I was hoping you'd say that. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer...
Uh-huh. You mentioned medical care. I might need that from time to time.
In that case, you'll want to introduce yourself to Dr. Dean Volkert. He's our top biologist and also serves as the Institute's resident physician. Dr. Volkert works in the infirmary. Just pay him a visit whenever you need to. You won't find better medical care anywhere else in the Commonwealth. I'll promise you that.
Ну что, дорогие подписчики, вот так мы с вами изучили институт. И узнаем, что будет в следующей серии. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайк. Всем до скорых встреч, всем пока.